Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So, actually, my worst fear just came true. I have already filmed this video once, and the camera didn't record the whole time. So, anyways, welcome back to my channel. We are doing RuPaul's Drag Race Season 15, Episode 2 review with eating cookies. I just got back from a Drag Race viewing party at Club Sway in Little Rock, so if I look like shit, it's because I did a little performance. I lost 3 nails in the process, and we are just vibing out. So, let's just get into this. Fucking episode again. Alright, so we are coming fresh off of episode 1 with Irene Duval's elimination, which she didn't deserve it, but whatever. And we come into the workroom and we are talking about Robin and Amethyst's past relationship where they used to be dating but now they're not, and blah blah blah, and they had beef about it on Twitter the other day. But you know what? I don't think anybody really cares, to be honest. Like, I think they were trying to make it into something that it's like really not, but you know, it is what it is. People date people. I don't really understand what. I think they were wanting something and it didn't happen. It was probably like producers like wanting something, but you know how they are. And then Lucy LaDuca says that she doesn't think that she deserved to be in the bottom, even though obviously she did. I'm not saying that she's a bad singer, but she did have a bad night. I do think that she deserved to be in the bottom, but you believe whatever you want to believe, girl. Do you let the delusion set in, because hey, who cares? So then the next day comes, RuPaul comes in, hello, and they get their Maxi Challenge, which is a improv acting challenge where they have to shoot a 3-minute commercial for a gay afterlife, queer afterlife. And it's called Queer Afterlife or something. They split up into groups. Anitra, since she won last episode, she gets to pick her group. And then Amethyst, since she won lip sync last episode, she gets to pick her group. And then whoever is remaining after they pick their group just becomes a group. And in the process, the twins get split up. And so I am kind of excited because I want to see how the twins perform, not with each other, doing their own thing, you know? So I was excited to see that they split the twins up like that. I think that was a good idea. So then they kind of split up into their groups and they're going over, they're talking, spitballing ideas and stuff. And Sugar kind of gets the Jasmine edit where they kind of just like disregard everything that she says and literally pushes her to the outside of the group. Literally, Jax moved her from the middle to the outside because she was like talking too much, which I kind of felt bad for Sugar, to be honest, because they kind of just like excluded her and she was just giving ideas. I don't know why they were being like, not picking on her, but like, I guess, I don't know, maybe it's just the high stress environment and people just like over it. Same thing, that's why I said the Jasmine edit, because it's kind of the same thing with Jasmine. She just talk, and people just kind of got over it. And I guess that's kind of what Sugar's doing too. But I just love Sugar. I think she's really sweet, and she's just like, she seems like really innocent. And I just feel bad for them doing that to her. After they, do like their spitballing and planning and stuff, they go to shoot the commercial with Michelle in the green screen. So they go over there. Michelle, so all the groups are like not necessarily doing the best, and it's probably just the edit, but like everybody seems to be messing up their lines. They were showing like Sasha Colby messing up her lines and stuff, and everybody was like, "Oh my god, it's Sasha Colby," and she's like, saying that there's so much pressure on her for being. Everybody knows who Sasha Colby is, so obviously she's already set at like a higher level of expectation. And so I can understand that would probably be a lot more pressure, having people expect more from you just because of who you are. So, I mean, I don't personally know that because I am not. Anyways, I know that that's probably really stressful for her. But in the end, Michelle seems kind of over it. She seems kind of over all these queens coming in, not knowing their lines, not really knowing what they're doing. So we'll see. So then back in the workroom, the queens are talking. They're getting ready for the main stage, and they start talking about religious trauma. Malaysia brings up her religious trauma. And I think it's really important to talk about because we as queer people, we know, like a lot of us have experienced some form of religious, I don't want to say everybody's experienced religious trauma, but at some point in your life being gay, you have heard that being gay is bad, being gay is like a sin or whatever. I'm sure everybody has heard that before. So that's something that we can all kind of relate to. And some people, their family feel the same way. And that's where they bring it into talking about like having your queer chosen family, because a lot of people, their family doesn't accept their way of life, and they go out and they find these people within the queer community who want to support them and want to, help them and love them. And I think that's really important to show that we as a queer community come together to help each other. Because obviously every community has bad people in it. Like obviously the queer community is not all like that. But just, from my personal experience, I have found so many like loving people who I consider family within the queer community and like in drag and stuff. And so I think it's important to talk about that and shed light on the fact that we are out here and we do have each other's backs and we are here to support each other. Just showing the good that you can find within the queer community. I think that's really important, especially nowadays when the queer community is still constantly under attack, the trans people and drag itself, especially here in Arkansas right now. They're trying to pass a bill that redefines drag as an adult whatever, and it affects trans people too. And so and we as a community have to come together and stay strong and help each other and love each other. And so I think it's important to have brought that up on the show. So anyways, after all the emotions in the workroom, we move on to the main stage. And then RuPaul comes out. She looks great. T.S. Madison is a judge. I love her so much. I love when she judges on Drag Race. I wish she was a permanent judge. But she looks so good in her little pigtails and her little sequence jumpsuit thing that she was wearing. She just always looks really good. And I really do wish that she was a permanent judge on Drag Race because she gets it. She gets drag. She gets these queer people, and she's funny. And I think she's a good addition to Drag Race. The theme is like metallic. I don't really know what the name was, but it was like metallic. First one out is Anitra. She's wearing this goldish piece. She looks really good. She's wearing like this little cape thing with it. She looks really good. Next out, Sasha. She comes out in this like silvery metallic piece. She's got the spikes coming out the back and the back of her head. She looks fucking great. 10 out of 10. I did think she kind of resembled a porcupine, but she looked good. So she was a gorgeous fashion forward porcupine. Selena comes out. She's wearing this like silvery look. Kind of reminds me of a disco ball. And then she has like these street signs all over her. It was very camp. I loved it. She looked good. 10 out of 10. Marsha comes out. She's wearing this little... So she's doing Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz as the Tin Man, which I thought was a very unique way to like do this because we've seen Dorothy done by drag everywhere because it is such a big... Judy Garland. This was a different approach. I have not personally seen anybody do this, where they took Dorothy and morphed her with the Tin Man. I thought it was a good look and I thought it was a good idea. I really like Marsha. She's like I liked her before, like from the Meet the Queens, but she's like really growing on me because she's smart and she like also has this campy side to her, which I really like her. I think she's going to make it really far. Luxx comes out in this little gold piece. I loved her hair. She looks really good. Lex looks good in like basically anything. She's also one of my favorites from this season. Amethyst comes out in this little gold piece. She's almost wearing like this tulle gold robe thing over it. Um, but her hair, I loved her hair. It was kind of like pushed back and it was teased out. It was blonde wig. It looked so good. I was obsessed with her hair. I don't know if her hair was my absolute favorite from the runway, but it was definitely up there. I don't want to say it was my favorite, but it may have been. Poppy comes out in this little blue metallic look. I didn't like I didn't like it, to be honest. Like from first impressions, I didn't like it. I love Poppy, but I did not like this little look. Spice comes out. She looks really cute. She also does like a little bluish moment. She has a little robotic dog that she walks. I thought overall her look was really cute. I also loved her hair. Um, but yeah, Aura comes out. She looks good. Aura's kind of fading into the background for me. She's not standing out. She didn't really stand out in the challenge, and she hasn't really stood out in her runways. So I don't know. I kind of expected her to stand out a little bit more. I feel like, but she hasn't really done that for me. So I don't know. Lucy LaDuca comes out. She's wearing this not iridescent, but it's like, well, I guess it is kind of gold and iridescent look. But I thought she looked really good. Jax came out. She was Jax from Mortal Kombat. Um, I liked the look. I didn't think it was as metallic as maybe it should have been, for the runway in particular. But overall, like the look itself, I did like the look. But I don't know if I like the look for the challenge. But Mortal Kombat is one of my favorite video games. But I don't ever play with Jax. But I like it. I mean, I like the look. But I don't know if it was the best for the runway. I don't know. Robin came out in this little gold look, warrior kind of look thing. She had like this little spear. I thought she looked really good. Robin looks really good in a lot of stuff, and she's just really pretty. But I really like Robin. Okay, I like her a lot. So, um, I think I think she looks good. I think she looked good tonight. I really liked her runway. I lost a nail. I lost a nail. This is why I don't wear nails in drag, because I can't keep them on. Like, look. It's facing the anyway. Um Mistress comes out. My favorite part of Mistress' outfit was the big ass chain that she was carrying around. That gold chain that is huge. Um, but I really liked her look overall. But that chain, I just loved it. Sugar came out. Her look is cute, but it is giving me the same vibe as Spice's look. And I really want them to come out in completely different concepts for a look. Like, I know they're twins, and I know they probably did all their runways together when they were getting ready for Drag Race. But I just really wish that they would come out in two completely different concepts for a look. Because these past two runways, they have kind of kept, they're kind of cohesive together. And I don't want it to be. And I love Sugar and Spice, but I just want different. I just want them to be different. And then Malaysia comes out in this like silvery white gown thing. I loved her hair that she had. She had like the coon. Anyway, it was kind of similar to last week's runway with the white netted gown that she wore. Um, but you know, the queens don't know what runways are going to be, or maybe they do. Like, what order they're going to be in. But I do, it was kind of similar. I think I had a stroke. It was like similar silhouettes, but she looks good. So what are you gonna do? So then we move on to the actual commercials, and first up is Anitra's team, and their team was honestly the best out of the three. I thought Lux was really funny in her little bob and her little therapist moment. Her mannerisms and the way that she was talking was really funny. I did think, however, that Marcia was going to be in the bottom because she didn't really have any lines and she didn't really do anything. Like when she was like sitting on the couch with Lux in the little therapist setting. But I think what saved her from being in the bottom was that she was in the best group. Like she was part of the best group. I think that's what got her to be safe. I did think it was funny when Anitra did the do nothing and still get paid for it or whatever. I thought that was funny. Sasha doing the little neck snap thing to like cut scenes. She would just like snap her neck. I thought that was funny. That was like obviously what gave her the win. Spoiler alert. I was glad to know that she actually did well in the challenge. Because, you know, before when they were filming with Michelle, it kind of made it seem like maybe she wasn't going to do very good. But she did good. Amethyst's team was next. Their team was honestly probably the worst out of everybody's. I just think what they had planned to do and like the direction that they were going with it was just not working out. The only thing that I thought was like really funny from that group was Lucy LaDuca as Dolly Parton as God. I thought that was really funny. It was just kind of random. I didn't really like it was like random, but it was funny. So it paid off for Lucy in the end, but as the team as a whole, I don't think they did very good. And then we had the leftover team with Spice, Malaysia, Mistress, and Jax. So I thought Sugar in this group was really funny. I honestly thought Sugar was going to be in the top. I think the only reason Sugar wasn't in the top is because the rest of the group didn't really match her energy. And I do know, like, obviously she was supposed to be higher energy than the rest of them because they were, like, hating it and she was, like, this crazy white girl. So I understand that, but I think you can put more energy into being annoyed at her. I feel like you could put more energy in not liking her and being annoyed at her in the commercial to kind of meet her energy of being this like crazy white girl. But I thought Sugar was honestly really funny, and I was surprised that Sugar was not in the top and she was just safe. So we get on to the judges' critiques, and they pick Sasha Colby, Lux, and Lucy LaDuca to be the top three, and then the bottom three of the week was Amethyst, Poppy, and Jax. So I do agree with the bottom three being Amethyst, Poppy, and Jax. I do not, however, I still think that Sugar should have been in the top. I don't know. I think I may have replaced Lucy with Sugar. I know that's a bold statement, but I thought Sugar was funny overall, and she was funny throughout the entire commercial, and Lucy was only her only part of being funny was being Dolly Parton as God at the end of their commercial. So I thought Sugar being funny throughout the whole thing, I thought that she deserved to be in the top as well. Not win the challenge, but I do think that she deserved to be in the top. But the judges decide that Sasha Colby wins the challenge, which I'm not mad at. I do think that I personally would have picked Lux to win because I thought Lux was really funny in that bob and her mannerisms of being the therapist. I did think that Lux was going to win. I'm not mad that Sasha Colby won, and I'm happy for her. And then they pick the bottom two, which they pick Amethyst and Poppy, which I thought it was going to be Amethyst and Jax just by like what the judges were saying, you know. Jax gave a lot of excuses as to why, you know, why she didn't have like speaking parts and stuff. So I don't know. Normally when people do that, the judges stick them in the bottom. But it was Poppy and Amethyst in the bottom. And so they lip synced together. And honestly, throughout the lip sync, I thought so. First half of the lip sync, I thought Amethyst was going to win. Second half of the lip sync, I thought Poppy was going to win. But turns out Amethyst won the lip sync, which I was kind of surprised because like I said, by the end of the lip sync, I thought Poppy was going to win. But Amethyst won. I'm not upset about it either because I love Amethyst. So we have to say goodbye to Poppy. She has her exit line of just a burp. She just burps as her exit line, which I thought was funny. So work. So now we are down to 14 queens. Show. Anyways, hopefully this filmed this time. I put a mirror behind the camera so I can see that it's still filming, and it looks like it's filming. So, anyways, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I am gonna do every episode of Drag Race. Hopefully, I try to post these on Sundays. I may not be able to post the next one on Sunday. We'll see what's going on. But if you like these videos, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. You can also go to my channel and watch other videos, such as Cookies with Eden, which is getting a new episode filmed this coming weekend. And you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram and Christian Mingle. Hell, I don't know. But follow me on there, and I will see y'all in the future, and you'll know exactly when I post, because I'll post about it on there and stuff like that. And so, yeah. I'll see you guys later. Bye.